At Aurora University, we have a long history of living our mission as an inclusive community dedicated to the transformative power of learning. I love that our mission begins by stating that we're inclusive. This value defines who we are and helps shape every decision we make and how we make those decisions. Our success lies in collaboration and wholehearted commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. By embracing and encouraging diversity in all its forms, we create a campus where unique perspectives and experiences are valued. This environment enables access to novel information and innovative ideas and paves the way for more effective problem solving. In other words, when we bring different perspectives to campus, we learn from one another. And that can happen during a classroom discussion, a student club event, a speaker presentation, or on the playing field. This is why I am dedicated to increasing access to higher education and to preparing students to be leaders who live meaningful lives, are interculturally competent, and civically engaged. As the new president of AU and first Latina president in AU history, I am asking faculty and staff to focus on creative, distinctive opportunities for students, always considering their diverse backgrounds, unique needs, and challenges, and connecting them in a timely fashion to resources that will help them succeed. This means that we need to create opportunities for dialogue centered around the experiences of individuals that may be different from our own. When we are willing to learn about others, it shows we care. When we have empathy, it helps us connect with others more easily and we understand one another better. At AU, demonstrating the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion involves providing access to programs and offices that embrace differences and set all students up for success. We offer students support through the Disability Resource Office, the Pathway Autism Initiative, the Office of Black Student Initiatives, the Office of Latino and Latina Student Initiatives, the Bias Incident Response Team, and the Safe Zone Training Program, and through our Chief Diversity Officer and committees focused on DEI efforts. We also support DEI through our athletics programming. We invite and recruit prospective student athletes with different backgrounds from all over the country, even the world, to become AU Spartans. Our coaches not only focus on winning, but they emphasize service and programming to help improve our communities. Aurora University students, faculty, staff, and coaches thrive on being part of a relationship-intensive institution where we embrace and celebrate diversity by openly sharing our opinions, perspectives, and ideas with each other on campus and through our interactions with those in the community. This is how we empower all students to achieve lasting personal and professional success. Go Spartans!
NAC men's basketball continues on this Saturday afternoon. It is the second matchup of the season between the Sabres of Marian University and the Spartans of Aurora University. Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference men's hoops on the way. Thanks for being here. My name is Sean Fry. Our broadcast tonight is presented in part by Kaufman GMC in Aurora, celebrating 75 years of service to Aurora and communities across Chicagoland. By Elite Management Properties, offering extensive student housing options around the Aurora University campus. And by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, game days are better with Cane's. Aurora coming off of a rout of Dominican on Wednesday, 98-64, and Aurora piled up the points throughout. They had a 55-32 lead at halftime and led by as many as 37 in the victory. The 98 points, 39 field goals made, 13 three-pointers made, and the 55 points in the first half were all season highs, and in several cases since a good portion into the previous season as well. So Aurora had it all going. Jovan McCautry had a game-high 20 points plus 5 assists. Dwayne Jervier went for 13 points, 15 boards, and 6 players for Aurora were north of 10 points in the win. That moved AU to 5-8 overall and at 500 in NAC play, 3 wins and 3 losses. One of those losses was at Marian on December 14th, 72-64 in overtime. That was part of Marian's 11 straight wins to start the season. In fact, that was their 9th in a row. to begin the year. But they are coming in having dropped back-to-back games. One of those was a week ago, a 28-point loss at nationally ranked Wisconsin Lutheran, and then a 75-65 loss at home against Concordia, Wisconsin just on Wednesday. It was tied at halftime, but the Sabres shot it poorly in the second half. And despite 30 points from Brandon Adorno, Sabres fell to 11-2 on the season and 4-2 in conference play. So the Sabres will try to get back on track. Aurora has won 3 of its last 4. They will try to keep things going on their home floor. It's game number 14 of the season for the Spartans, and it's on the way here from Thornton Gymnasium on the campus of Aurora University. AU and Marian. NAC play on the way here in a matter of moments. It's also Aurora and Marian in women's basketball. That is up in Fond du Lac. They will tip off here in a little less than 10 minutes as well. AU women's hockey is on the road at Hamlin this afternoon at 2 o'clock, and the Aurora women's wrestling team is squaring off with Wartburg today as well. Around the NAC in men's basketball, besides this one, St. Norbert is at home against Rockford today. The Regents were idle on Wednesday. The Scarlet Hawks of Illinois Tech are on the road at Wisconsin Lutheran, who defeated St. Norbert on Wednesday night. Concordia, Wisconsin hosts Benedictine. It's Concordia Chicago on the road at Lakeland. And Edgewood visits MSOE. And those are the other events on the NAC agenda, and they are all getting underway in a matter of moments. Bryce Suter's our technical director. Matthew Fraundorf is our camera operator. And we thank them as well as the entire AU athletic communications and facilities teams for getting everything ready for our afternoon contest today. And, of course, to all of you watching, wherever you happen to be tuning in from, we're glad you're here, and we're hoping for an exciting basketball game for you. Aurora's won 3 of its 6 home games. Marian's 5-1 on the road. And, again, Aurora playing well as of late. Marian not achieving the standard that they had set at the beginning of the season when they ripped off an 11-game win streak to begin the season. Teams are lined up, ready for the national anthem and for tonight's starting lineups. We'll bring them to you coming up.
Hello and welcome to Aurora University's Storage Gymnasium. Today's Northern Athletic Collegiate Conference matchup between the visiting Sabres of Marian University and your Aurora University Spartans. Before we begin playing media starting lineups, we ask that everyone please rise and kindly remove your hats as we honor
Let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the visiting Sabres of Marian University, led by 7th-year head coach Drake Diener, who's done a very nice job with the Sabres in his 7 seasons. Oh, Brandon Adorno has 2 30-point days this season. One was on Wednesday in the loss to Concordia, Wisconsin. The other was a career-best 33 against Aurora last month. He's averaging 15.5 points per game. It's just outside the top 10 in the NAC. Aurora will have an eye on him all day. Rest of the starting lineup, Alex Vasilakis, just outside the top 5 in the NAC at 8 rebounds per game. Andrew Ianni, the transfer from Augustana, averaging 9.5 points per game. Eli Vogel and Sam Gingras also averaging 9.5 points per game, round out the lineup for Marian. So Adorno, Vasilakis, Ianni, Vogel, and Gingras, the starters for Marian. As for the Spartans of Aurora University, Jovan McCautry has been off to a really nice stretch of games. He's averaging 14.5 points per game to lead Aurora and is coming off of a 20-point performance against Dominican on Wednesday. Dwayne Gervier Jr. was also terrific with the 13-point, 15-rebound double-double. The latter matched his career high. He's averaging 10 points per game and just under 8 rebounds per as well. Jeffrey Hilmer, a season-best 10 points and a season-high 7 rebounds in the win over the Stars. Isaiah Davis had 15 points against Dominican. They were all in the first half. He's averaging 12 points per game and is shooting at 39% from 3 for Aurora. That's just behind McCautry, whose 41% leads the team. Makai Doby's averaging 10 per game. He rounds out the starting lineup for AU today. McCautry, Gervier, Hilmer, Davis, and Doby, the lineup for Aurora as they're being announced here to the crowd at Thornton Gymnasium. And it's Steve Christensen drawing up that lineup. He's stuck with this one for the last several games for Aurora. AU is moving left to right across your screen, wearing their home gray uniforms, white letters outlined in blue, reading Aurora on the front, blue numbers outlined in white on the uniform. And then Marian with an especially difficult uniform to read for me up here with the deep blue road uniform with black numbers outlined in white. I'm glad it's a basketball uniform and not a football uniform. That would be very difficult for me. They have Marian in white on the uniform. They're moving right to left. I'm close enough, I should be okay. But Bryce is going to tell me if I get anything wrong. Aurora wins the tip. We are underway on this Saturday afternoon. Man defense for Marian. Doby takes the handoff from McCautry and is with the ball on the left wing. It goes to McCautry at the volleyball line. With 10 to shoot, McCautry, ball in his hands, finds Doby on the wing. Was able to cross up Vogel right into the J, and that is a spectacular effort for Aurora's first points of the afternoon. On the inbound, Aurora with high pressure, and Adorno was pulled down by Davis for the afternoon's first foul. Mark Schultz, John Shelton, and Tyler Johnson are our officials today, and they have to get involved 37 seconds into our broadcast today. Marian will get the ball in, and here's Vogel over the logo at center court. And a handoff for Adorno. 15.5 points, 53% from the floor, and 40% from deep for the junior from Chicago. There's Vogel. Stand corrected. Vasilakis trying to get into the post. He dribbled it off his leg and out of bounds. And Aurora will take possession. Winning the turnover battle is going to be important for Aurora. They had 25 turnovers. They were a minus 11 in that category against Marian last month, and there's number one. So Steve Christensen will want less of that result, but he seemed happy on the bench with, in this instance, Doby attacking the basket. Aurora with full court pressure as the ball comes into Vogel, and he's doubled on the sideline. He found Ianni, who will get to the center line and just beat the 10-second clock. He did not beat the 10-second clock. Davis denied the pass. And as Vogel touches the ball, Aurora is going to have possession. So nice defense by Aurora in the backcourt, wins the ball back. 1 minute and 20 seconds into today's game. They have the first points from Dobie. McCautry threw it through the lane. Hilmer with the rescue and the kick. Jervier for 3. Tumbles off the rim. Hilmer battled for the rebound. Tried to fire it off Vasilakis. Steve Christensen is saying that went off the shoulder of a Marian player. Did not appear that way from up here. Aurora in the backcourt pressuring. This time Marian handles it, and here's Ianni into the front court. Vogel up top against Aurora's man defense. Ianni again looking for room to operate along the lane, and his kick to the corner was tipped out of bounds by McCautry. Aurora's defensive energy has been very good here through the opening 2 minutes. A brief stoppage here. The shot clock was reset. It should not have been, so 14 back on the shot clock. Now 15, my apologies. Adorno tried to go baseline on Dobie, just stood there. Adorno ran into him and lost the ball out of bounds. That's 3 giveaways already for Marian. So a good start for Aurora, making things difficult offensively for the Sabres. Here's Hilmer on the drive. Lost it on the way up, got it back, and then was stuffed by Gingras, who secures the loose ball and finds Adorno, will bring it up the near side. Still 2-0 Aurora. Adorno leaves it to Vogel, who gets into the lane. And out it goes for Gingras. Now Ianni will have it in the corner. He goes baseline, lost the ball, but he was fouled, and it looks like it was Jervier who got into him. Second team foul on Aurora. Marian will get 6 extra seconds to work with here as the shot clock resets to 20. We're 2.5 minutes in. Still just the 1 bucket from Makai Dobie on the scoreboard right now. Dobie guarding Adorno, who turns the corner, left it, and outside the Gingras. In the high post, kicks it. Adorno again looking to get inside. He finds Vasilakis underneath, and that was a tough reverse layup for the junior from Homer Glen, Illinois, to tie it up. Good defense by Aurora. Vasilakis made a really nice play underneath. So we're 3 minutes in, all square at 2. McCautry on the wing. The handoff there to Davis, who gets into the lane. Inside and outside to Hilmer, whose pass to the corner was taken away. Vogel read it well, got the hand up, and now works his way underneath the Aurora three-point line. A leave for a slicing Adorno, had too much on it and missed. McCautry the other way in transition, off the glass and good. And the first bucket for McCautry is on the fast break to make it 4-2. 3.5 minutes into our 20 here in the first half. Sabres handle the press. Vasilakis gets to the glass and banks it in to knot it up at 4. End-to-end action here at Thornton Gymnasium so far this afternoon. Well, isn't basketball always, really? Ball's tied up in the corner. It's on the floor. I think it's going to be Aurora ball. I think Vasilakis touched the ball while he was out of bounds. That's the right call. Oh, jump ball was called. Never mind. Did not see the signal. McCautry the drive, the leave for Hilmer was blocked. Then out to Davis for the line drive 3. He had 3 of those on Wednesday, and his first attempt finds the twine to make it 7-4. 15:40 to play in quarter, or rather in the first half, not quarter number 1. The crossover and the kick. Ianni wide open for 3. It's good. Team's going basket for basket right now, but Ianni had his toe on the line. So it's just a long 2. McCautry for an answer from 3. Doesn't go, and Vogel has the rebound. McCautry had a good look, and he's been shooting the 3 very well this season. That was on the line, but just a little too strong. Ianni gets into the lane on Hilmer, and Hilmer forced the shot that was well off the line. A loose ball foul here is going to go on Marian for their first of the afternoon, and it's going to be on Vasilakis. So that'll allow Malik Hall, the 5th-year senior from Seattle, to check in. Gingras will go to the bench for the Sabres, and Aurora's not. Aurora will make a change. Noah Butler has come into the game, replacing Hilmer at this break. 5 minutes into our first half. Doby on the wing, taking a look in with a 1-point lead for his Spartans. Got to the free throw line, went up, and the jump pass to a rolling Jervier leads to a wide open deuce. The 5th-year senior from Oak Forest, and Aurora's up by 3. 9-6. Adorno was doubled, he gets rid of it, and the Sabres have the ball in the front court. Adorno to Vasilakis. The jump stop, and the pass was off the line. The Sabres have turned it over 4 times in 9 possessions. They're 3 of 5 on the others. Aurora's defense has been problematic for the Sabres so far this afternoon. Aurora will try to have a 2-possession lead for the first time. Doby in the corner against the Sabres man-to-man. He dribbles baseline into the lane for Butler, but the pass was off the line. Noah corrals it, finds Davis, and why get 2 when you can get 3? Isaiah with 6 on back-to-back triples, and it's 12-6. Aurora, 13:46 left in the first half. A good start for Aurora, 5 of 9 from the field. And importantly, Adorno, no points. Aurora in a man defense. Vogel with 8 to shoot in the lane. Kicks it to Vasilakis for 3. That's off the mark, and Hall tipped the rebound out of bounds. Meanwhile, Davis was trying to box out, and Vogel took him down. His first, team's second, and at that change, Gingras will replace Ianni. And it looks like we're going to see Harper Krolak, a freshman, check in for Marian for Vogel. Here is Isaac Ross replacing Isaiah Davis. Ross had 3 points and played some considerable minutes on Wednesday against Dominican. He'll inbound the ball and head up the floor. He gets the ball in front of the Sabres bench with 13:10 to play in the half. Butler took the handoff and pushed Vasilakis for the offensive foul. I don't think there was a lot there, but it doesn't take much. You get that arm extended, and it makes it difficult for the official not to make the call. Vasilakis got open for 3 from the corner, left it short. Rebound, a little help from Butler came down to McCautry, who finds Ross running the floor down the far sideline. And now a reset as Aurora will get into their half-court offense. 12-6 AU still. McCautry with the ball out toward the timeline, guarded by Hall. Jervier screens for him. And now to Butler with 12 to shoot. He walks to the wing, observes to Doby. Up top, finds McCautry off a screen and into a 3. Tumbles off the rim. Jervier got the offensive board and is called for the loose ball foul. And Coach Christensen is not real pleased with that call, and he's going to get an explanation. But Jervier will go off now with his second foul. Doby's going to go off as well. Foster Obona is into the game, and so is Maxwell Marius for AU. 12-6 Spartans. Sabres handle the pressure. Krolak finds Hall in the corner. who throws it up. Adorno was there, fires a pass underneath for Vasilakis, but Butler has him locked down, and then it was thrown away. And McCautry keeps it from going out of bounds, gets ahead in transition. Oh, goodness! Through contact, McCautry falling down gets it to go. No call, but a timeout from Drake Diener, who is not happy with what he's seeing. Aurora up 14-6 with 11:55 to play in the first half. Our broadcast today presented in part by Kaufman GMC in Aurora, by Elite Management Properties, and by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. 7-0 run for Aurora over the last 4 minutes at an 8-point advantage. Spartans so far 6 of 11 from the field. The Sabres 3 of 7. Certainly not awful, but the 5 turnovers to 3 for Aurora have been a factor so far. As Aurora has 5 of their 14 off turnovers so far, Marian doesn't have any points off of AU turnovers. Again, we're keeping an eye on the full slate of action. St. Norbert home to Rockford, Illinois Tech at Wisconsin Lutheran, Benedictine visiting Concordia, Wisconsin, Lakeland hosting Concordia, Chicago, and Edgewood visits MSOE. Those are all just underway. We'll take a look at their progress at halftime here from Thornton Gymnasium. Out of the timeout, Obona, McCautry, Marius, Ross, and Butler, the lineup for the Spartans. They double the ball in the inbound immediately. And the Sabres are going to handle this well and get into their offense. And a few more changes for the Sabres here. Krolak to Hall to the corner. Midway through the shot clock, Hall's into the lane, pulls up for the jumper, and it's good. Trey Jenkins, who was at Aurora the last 2 seasons, and Jack Field entered the game for the Sabres. And they join Gingras, Hall, and Krolak on the floor. Marius on the perimeter for Aurora. 8 to shoot. He's in trouble. Got rid of it to McCautry. Finds Ross for the long 2 on the baseline. It's good. Will it count? There's a foul. Foul on Obona, but the basket will count. Team foul number 5 on Aurora. They have 1 left to give. Marius, the near steal on the inbound, but he stepped out of bounds. Ball's into Hall. He's doubled immediately. Finds Jenkins and a good pass to Krolak, who gets inside and put his scoop attempt off the bottom of the rim. Drake Diener wanted a foul. He did not get it. When the arms are out at full extension and you're not calling a timeout, that would suggest some frustration on the part of the Sabres coach. So now the Sabres go into a zone defense. They're into a 2-3 right now, trying to slow down Aurora. Butler has it with 7 to shoot. Demarius up top. Driving. Tough shot attempt, didn't find the rim, and Krolak has it on the way down off the glass, but he's in trouble. Double teamed. And a foul called on Aurora. Timeout called by the Sabres. So that will be a 30-second stoppage. Right now, Marian is just not in sync. Great start to the season. However, it has to be stated, Sabres so far with the second weakest strength of schedule among all NAC schools so far. They were last prior to Wednesday's action. Dominican have been second last. Now they have the lowest strength of schedule. But all the same, it's in the bottom 20 in the nation. And that's not to say that Marian did not take care of business. You can only play the schedule in front of you. However, Marian now getting into conference play and encountering a little bit of resistance that maybe they weren't always getting in non-conference play. So Krolak in some trouble, dribbles out of it, finds Jenkins underneath, and he missed. He had to alter his shot because of Butler. It didn't touch Butler, it just went out of bounds cleanly. Now Butler will come off for Hilmer. Davis and Doby had checked in previously for McCautry and Ross out of the timeout. Midway through the first half, 16-8 Aurora. Hilmer is on the wing. He finds Obona in the corner. And now up top to Hilmer. 10 to shoot. Still in the 2-3 zone. Doby finds Hilmer. A rare three-point attempt. It's good. Just his fourth of the season. And it's 19-8. Aurora now 3 of 6 from deep. Not allowed a Marian three-pointer yet. They're also not allowing Marian to get the ball in very easily right now. That inbound pass was denied. 7 seconds left to get it over half court. It's into Hall. It's doubled again. Floats a pass to Krolak, who will beat the 10-second clock and gets into the lane. And then is stripped by Obona, who runs down the loose ball. One-on-one to the block. Left it to Doby. Good short pass to Davis for 2 more. A 7-0 run for Aurora. After forcing the 6th Marian turnover, it's 21-8 with 9:06 left in the half. Krolak doubled again, throws it up. And a tough call on Foster Obona, who definitely fouled Krolak. You heard the slap on the arm. Krolak gets bailed out a little bit after Aurora's 6th team foul. So that will put Marian in the bonus after the inbound. Krolak has it here with 20 to shoot. Stops on the wing, guarded tightly by Butler, who just replaced Obona at the whistle. To Hall with 6, spins into the lane, and a foul here on Doby. That's another tough one on Aurora, as Hall was not particularly in control at that moment, but sometimes that's to the benefit of the offensive player. First free throws for either team with 8:44 left, and Hall makes the first. 75% on the season. He's been an efficient offensive player for Marian this season, averaging only 7 points per game. Doesn't take a ton of attempts, but tends to make what he puts up. He makes both. It's 21-10. That'll end a little run for about 2.5 minutes for Aurora. Sabres back into the 2-3 as they try to slow down the Spartans. Marius on the wing, driving, and the scoop finish good. From left of the basket to the right, use the rim as a bit of protection. Restore the Aurora lead to 13. Ball doubled again. It's thrown up, and Doby steals it. Underneath for a charging Hilmer, 2 more, and Aurora has its largest lead tonight, and Drake Diener will call his 3rd timeout of the half, 12 minutes into the game. It's 25-10 AU. You don't get to roll them over to the next game. I have talked with coaches who will take all 6 timeouts in the first half if they have to. They're no good if you're out of the game. But Aurora's on an 18-4 run over the last 8 minutes. They've made 6 of their last 7 field goal attempts and 11 of 17 for the ball game. They have more field goals, Aurora, than Marian has shot attempts in the game so far. That is a recipe for being down a bunch. And indeed, that is what Aurora has cooked up for the Sabres so far this Saturday afternoon. Davis, Butler, Marius, Doby, and Hilmer are the 5 right now for Aurora. For the Sabres, Jenkins, Hall, Field, Gingras, and Adorno is back in. Well, that last lineup for the Sabres was not working. Adorno's doubled. He's in trouble. Throws it up again, and Marius took it away. That's the 8th Sabres turnover. My goodness, what a play by Marius to win the ball back for Aurora. Marius has it here. Sabres now in a man defense. Doby for 3. No. Marius the rebound. Threw it through the lane. No one home. And the Sabres have it and work it ahead. Jenkins is on the perimeter, and Hilmer comes up with the steal. 1-on-1 and the two-handed dunk. Makes it 27-10. The Aurora bench loves it. Oh, the Sabres are in all kinds of trouble right now. Adorno's doubled. Was able to get out of trouble, and Hall throws it ahead. A near travel by Field. Here's Gingras for 3. He missed badly. And Butler has the rebound. 6-0 run for Aurora. Doby spins and kicks. Here's Marius wide open for 3. No. And Hall the rebound. 6:35 left. 27-10. 27-10 here in the first half for AU. And Adorno. 33 points last time against Aurora. None so far. He fires a pass underneath to Field, who couldn't get it up and over the rim. Aurora the rebound. Marius to the free throw line. Out to Davis. A step fake and now retreats. He wants 3. Doesn't go this time, and Gingras has the rebound. The Sabres get a couple of stops. Adorno looking for help. Finds Field and now outside. Gingras is wide open for 3. Just 24% coming in, but no one was within about 15 feet of him, and he calmly drains the 3. 27-13 now. And a timeout by Aurora with 5:37 to play in the first half. Going to see a couple of changes. It's been a very strong opening frame for Aurora. They lead by 14 at Thornton Gymnasium. Aurora 57% from the floor so far, and that's shooting 3 of 9 from 3. They've missed their last couple attempts from outside. But they've forced 9 turnovers and an 11-0 advantage off turnovers alone to lead by 14. The freshman B.J. Harris from Bourbonnais, Illinois, is into the game for his second appearance of the season. Isaiah Thompson is in as well. McCautry returned to the game. Butler is in, so is Davis. There's 5 to shoot. McCautry's at the free throw line. He has to get rid of it. And he did, but it did not get to the rim, so a shot clock violation. Sabres lineup is Ianni, Vogel, Adorno, Hall, and Gingras. So 4 of their 5 starters are in. Now, Marian has held Aurora scoreless over the last 2 minutes. They missed their last 3 shots. A near turnover again, but Davis evidently too physical on the trap. Butler evidently too physical on the trap. That's his second. Team's 8th, and that'll put Vogel on the line for the 1-and-1. Now the Sabres as a team do not shoot free throws well, 65%. That's 12th of 13 teams. Eli Vogel is not the problem. He's just under 80% on the season. In fact, Marian has a number of very strong free throw shooters and several who do not shoot the free throw very well right now. So Vogel, again, at 79%, who is a fifth-year starter in men's basketball, played his first 3 seasons at UW Superior, actually averaged 17 points per game in that shortened winter/spring 2021 season. He'll make both free throws here. And Marian now down by 12. It's 27-15. Aurora will try to get something to go through here. Harris finds McCautry. Hilmer looking for help. Hands it off to Davis. He attacks the rim, kicks it to Doby. He drives. The drop-off. Hilmer wide open at the block for 2. Hilmer has 9. He's one off his season high already, and that was just on Wednesday. Marian gets the ball in. They get it over the timeline as well. Hall throws it up to Gingras. He's in trouble and fouled on the way up, and McCautry cannot believe it. Well, the foul's on Harris, his first. And Marian's going to shoot 2 now for the rest of the half. This is a shooting foul, and it'll put Gingras to the line. 75% on the season. Again, there's several very solid free throw shooters for Marian. The sophomore tees up the second shot. That goes as well. Marian has all 6 free throws in the game. They've made them all. Aurora lead back down to a dozen. Thompson and now McCautry in the corner. Here is Harris. It's not corrected. That was Harris. 8 to shoot. Oh, goodness. McCautry had to save the backcourt violation. Now drives, finds Harris. Outside Thompson with the shot clock running down, and the 3 was halfway down and came out. Aurora pressing. Marian beats it, and Ianni kicks to Vogel for 3. Too strong. Davis gets the rebound. 3:42 left in the first half. 29-17. Davis at his kick pass tipped. Thompson hauled it in. Underneath, Hilmer to his right. It's good. Really good post move by Hilmer that time. He has already set his season high and is the first over 10 tonight with 11. 31-17. Aurora's led by as many as 17. It's 14 right now. Adorno. No points yet. Out to Vogel, and now Hall for the quick 3 up top, and he buries it. 7 for Hall. 31-20 now, final 3 minutes of the opening half. Here's Thompson. McCautry on baseline, driving, and the scoop doesn't go. Marian will try to get inside of 3 possessions, as Aurora has cooled off a bit offensively. Vogel tries to back down Davis and now finds Ianni at the wing. Thought about the 3, didn't go for it. Adorno will try it instead. That was way off. Adorno has only 2 shots and no points. Davis has more than that. Missed the 3 in transition. Quick throw down the floor. That's Vogel for 2. It's a 9-point game. 31-22. Sabres trying to claw their way back. McCautry, the drive, the runner. He'll go to the line for 2 after it tumbles off the rim. Fouls on Vogel, his second, team's third. And we're going to see a few changes for Aurora. Ross, Doby, and Marius are all about to re-enter. And McCautry will go to the line. 4 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Hasn't taken a ton of shots. Has been content to distribute so far today with a minute 48. His first free throw is good. He's at 77% on the season. Hilmer, Harris, and Davis will all head to the bench. Hall has exited the game as well, as Vasilakis has re-entered for Marian. Teams are 8 for 8 at the free throw line. McCautry just drained both of Aurora's first attempts. 33-22, $1:48 to play in the half. It's into Adorno. He is doubled. No look behind the back pass to Ieni, and that was enough for Marian to get into the half court. Vogel tries to back down Thompson. And Marius going to be called for a block. That's tough. And it looked like Gingras was a bit out of control on that drive, but Marius not quite stationary, and that will put Gingras on the line for 2, and he misses a free throw for the first time tonight. Second free throw is good. It's a 10-point game with a minute 34 remaining in the first half. Marius will walk it over the timeline. Aurora has cooled off from the floor, still shooting 54%. Marian has done a better job taking care of the basketball. McCautry just muscled his way into the lane and dropped it in for 2. Leads back to a dozen. Ieni running the baseline gets it into Adorno, and Ross fouled him. A minute 3 left, 2 shots for Adorno coming up, and he is Marian's best free throw shooter at 81%. Sabres have 9 turnovers. That's really been the difference in this one. Adorno makes the first free throw. At +9 advantage on points off turnovers. And the corresponding +12 in the paint are really the entire deficit right now. It's a 10-point game as we are into the last minute of the first half. Marius on the perimeter, looking for assistance against Vasilakis, a tight man-to-man. 10 to shoot, Doby's into the lane and drew the foul, spinning into a jump shot. That is number 3 on Vogel. So Hall is going to replace him. Vogel is protesting. And Doby will go to the line. First one does not go. Second free throw gets the friendly roll. 40 seconds left. Aurora up 36-25 in this first half. Ball was doubled. Adorno once again handled it well, and Sabres are into their offense. Adorno holds the ball. There's about 9 seconds between the game and shot clock. 10 to shoot for Adorno, who's out at the volleyball line. Working on Ross. Finds Vasilakis. 2 to shoot. Marian doesn't get a shot off. Great ball movement. The offensive awareness, not so much. And AU will have it with 8.8 seconds to play before halftime. And a chance to make this a 5-possession lead going to halftime. They've now reset the clock, 10 seconds left. And McCautry brings it up, driving, throws it up, gets it with 3 seconds left through contact. He wanted the and one. He'll settle for 2 and giving Aurora a 13-point advantage at halftime. 38-25. That was as good of a first half as we've seen in about 3 days. We're at 55 points against Dominican. They played very well then. They were all over the Sabres for portions of that first half and have the 13-point advantage to show for it. The Sabres have been good in second halves. Wednesday night notwithstanding. We'll see if Aurora can keep them behind at arm's length through the final 20 minutes. 38-25 Aurora leading Marian at halftime. This is Aurora University men's basketball.
I am a tax attorney for Kirkland & Ellis in downtown Chicago.
Got hired with Markham Police Department, went to the police academy right after started on patrol.
I work for Molson Coors Beverage Company as a data analyst.
I'm a telemetry technician.
AU set me up really for success in the criminal justice field by having the faculty there to kind of guide us through what we wanted to do and kind of help us down the paths that we were leaning, whether it be municipal, state police, or if we wanted to go federal.
My AU professors really helped me in my political science classes, and they were also the ones that spent time with me preparing for the LSAT and preparing for law school applications. So it wasn't only just the classes that I was taking at AU to get my undergraduate degree, they were helping prepare me for the law school process and my educational career beyond AU.
I had great sources at Career Services that really helped me to craft my resume, and the professors were also really helpful to giving me those opportunities and to connect me with individuals in the workforce to actually get my first internship. I think my internship definitely helped me to get a job because it really helped to build up my resume and to show that I had been in the workforce studying and working at the same time.
AU has set me up for success by teaching me communication and teaching me how to use the community around me.
Find community, and that community can come in a lot of different ways, whether it's community through extracurriculars or even community with your professors. Your professors are human beings too. They want you to stop in during office hours. Build that community because it's going to make your experience while in undergrad that much more meaningful.
So the reason I love the criminal justice field and being in law enforcement is we get to be there for the community on their worst days, interact with the public and kind of see them and be more than just what they think we are and kind of help them out.
What I love about my job the most is that I love numbers. I love getting into the nitty-gritty of the numbers that really craft a story and help to show company performance.
For me, what I love most about nursing is that there's so many different avenues of nursing. You can do different specialties. You can be an ER nurse, you can be an ICU nurse. Having that opportunity to try something new and still be within the realm of nursing is super cool to me.
I would recommend AU because the faculty and staff are highly supportive of you. They care about your grades, they care about your well-being, and they also care about your team and how they're doing as well.
Because of the location, it was convenient for my family to come watch, and there's a lot of things going on near the city, and there was just a lot of opportunity here, so I think that really attracted me to come here.
Everybody wants to succeed, whether it's students, your teammates, or the faculty. They just all want you to succeed, and that just makes a really nice environment to make you strive to be your best.
It's a smaller campus, so everybody kind of knows everyone, and I'm able to talk to coaches and teachers. They always ask how I'm doing, even if I'm not on their team or in their class.
It's a state-of-the-art facility when it comes to a Division III. I mean, we can't really ask for much more. AU to me feels like home because of the people. They just welcome me, and I just feel very encouraged in my classes, and I think they all just make me better in every aspect.
I decided to come here because of the academics that they provide and their storied athletic program as well. They have a lot of conference championships here. I have two passions, doing soccer and being a part of the music program. And I think that's a big reason why I chose D3 is all the opportunities it provides.
Being a Spartan is so much more than just the mascot that's on the field. It's really deep down as a team, those qualities that you cultivate together.
Aurora University in command with 20 minutes to play at Thornton Gymnasium. It's 38-25, AU in front of Marian at halftime. Our broadcast today is presented in part by Kaufman GMC in Aurora, celebrating 75 years of service to Aurora and communities across Chicagoland. By Elite Management Properties, offering extensive student housing options around the Aurora University campus. And by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Game days are better with Cane's. And also, I haven't had lunch, so reading that one all afternoon has certainly not helped with my hunger. I am very, very hungry for chicken fingers right now after reading that 3 times. It was a good first half for Aurora. Let's take a look at those first half stats. Aurora 16 of 28 from the field, 57%, 3 of 11 from 3 and 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Marian 7 of 17 for 41% from the floor, 2 of 7 from 3, but 9 of 10 at the free throw line. But there again, take a look at the field goals versus shot attempts. Aurora to Marian. Aurora with 1 fewer field goal made than Marian has even attempted. So the Sabres have been fighting a bit of an uphill battle there. They've gotten to the line a little bit as Aurora got into some foul trouble in the later portions of the first half. But all the same, Aurora was applying pressure. They got Marian to give the ball up 10 times while giving the ball up only 4 times themselves. Rebounds 11-10 for Marian and assists 10-6 for AU. Not on the screen, Aurora with a 13-2 advantage off turnovers and a 22-8 lead in paint points. And Aurora led for all but a minute and 28 seconds of that first half. They were tied twice, but have not trailed at any point. Terrific first half for Jeffrey Hilmer, a game-high 11 points. That's already a season high and just 2 off his career best. 3 rebounds. He was 5 of 7 from the floor. Javon McContry, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in that first half for AU. And Isaiah Davis with 8 points, 3 of 5 from the floor, and 2 of 4 from 3 in the first half. After that, not a ton of scoring otherwise for Aurora. Makai Doby, 3 points, but 4 assists as he was moving the ball well for Aurora. Isaac Ross, Maxwell Marius, and Dwayne Javere Jr. with 2 points each for Aurora. For Marian, Sam Gingras has 6 points, 4 apiece for Eli Vogel and Alex Vasilakis, and then 2 points apiece for Andrew Ianni and Brandon Adorno. 33 against Aurora last time. Adorno has 3 assists in the contest. Malik Hall right now is Marian's leading scorer with 7 points, and he is their leading rebounder as well with 3. Let's take a look at action around the NAC so far, and there is plenty of it, starting with the teams tied at the top. St. Norbert leads Rockford at halftime 43-33. Actually, now they're a minute in to the second half. Brant Wilson has 15 points to lead St. Norbert. And for Rockford, they have 10 points so far from Devon, Oregon. And Wisconsin Lutheran is routing Illinois Tech. Mind you, IIT defeated Wisconsin Lutheran already this season, but it is 57-23 at halftime. Jacob Stoltz is 16 points. Grayson Getz is 12. And we'll get you caught up on the rest of the NAC games in a bit. As we are underway in the second half, Marian gets a 3 up. It's Adorno. Make it a 10-point game right away. 38-28. Aurora's lineup is their starters: Davis, McContry, Hilmer, Doby, and Jervier. Sabres have their starters out: Ianni, Adorno, Vogel, Vasilakis, and Gingras. And back into that 2-3 zone. Jervier with the ball in the corner, got rid of it underneath. Davis, good look. Hilmer, who throws it down. 40-28. And Hilmer the couple of dunks on the afternoon so far. The second one restores the lead to a dozen, and a steal. McCautry ahead to Jervier. He'll slam it down with two hands as well. 2 buckets, 2 slams for Aurora in the second half so far. They force the 12th Marian turnover. This time the Sabres will get an easy out. They go to work in the half court against Aurora's man defense. Deep 3. Vogel got it. That was from Maple Park just about. That was way out there. 42-31. In the high post, Hilmer. Back out McCautry, who calls for a screen. He gets it, pulls up for the long 2. Back iron. Jervier went up, got the board. Second attempt, Aurora. Hilmer's in the post. Goes right, falls away, and draws the foul as the shot clanks off the rim. Ianni picks up his first foul. Foul trouble to speak of. Eli Vogel has 3. No one else for Marian has 1. Dwayne Jervier, Noah Butler, and Foster Obona have 2 fouls apiece for Aurora. Hilmer knocks down the first free throw as he now has set a new career high with 14 points. The AU lead is back to a dozen. 2 minutes into the second half, and Hilmer will get both. Ball's into Vogel. He was doubled. Gets it to Adorno, and Aurora will pull off the trap as Adorno comes over the center logo. Adorno drives and kicks. Here's Vogel for 3 more. That was short. And the rebound off a tip by Jervier is pulled in by McCautry. Jovan comes down the floor and finds Davis in the corner for 3. It's good. His third today, and Davis has 11. Joining Hilmer and McCautry with 10. Here's a steal. Davis, who gave it right back. Tried to shovel it underneath for Jervier. And down the floor, Gingras got bumped by Davis. The Marian bench wanted a foul. They've not really been calling a lot of that. (47-31), 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Doby on the runner. He took some contact, but it goes. And Aurora has its largest lead tonight, 49-31. Stand corrected, it's 49-33. I think the scoreboard's missing a couple of points. Meanwhile, a foul on Hilmer. Press is handled. And a foul called. So at that stoppage, now they are correcting the scoreboard. Well, I was wondering if Marian was going to notice, and it appears that they did, and now they're going to work that out. 16:32 is what remains in the half. It's 49-33, so we're 1 off of Aurora's largest lead. The foul was on Doby, which was his second. So that'll do it for the delay. Everything is in order. Ball's into the corner for Adorno. Attacks the basket and deals it into the corner for Vasilakis. Now to Vogel on the wing. Adorno driving with 8 to shoot. Good ball movement, and it leads to a 3 from Gingras, but he missed. It was a good look. And Aurora moves it into the front court. As Marian once again deploys the 2-3. Dobie, the behind-the-back dribble. Here's Hilmer for 3. That didn't go. Loose ball, and McCautry scooped it up and took an elbow from Vasilakis. His second foul, team's second. We're 4 minutes into the second half. Aurora's made 4 of its 5 shot attempts. Marian's made 3 of its 5. Dobie goes to work on the zone. Into the corner for McCautry. It was doubled, has to get rid of it. Now Hilmer driving, dealing underneath Dobie, nearly the and one. And Vasilakis now has 3 fouls, joining Vogel with that number. Dobie to the stripe for the second time tonight. He split a couple of free throws earlier, and he'll make the first here. And that'll end a little less than 2 minutes where neither team scored. Second free throw is good. 51-33, that is the largest lead for Aurora today so far. They have been in command throughout. Ianni is in trouble. Now Adorno's in trouble. 5 to get it over the timeline. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll be a question of where they put the inbound here. Where did it go out of bounds? They also put 29 on the shot clock, and that is clearly not right. 22 is what they settle on for the moment. Now they're going to discuss. Now the pass was tipped by Aurora out of bounds, so it's Marian ball. There's no question about that. So this is purely about the clock, and then we'll see where they inbound it. 15:25 and 22 seconds. And Marian's going to have to hustle because the inbound is in line with the volleyball attack lines. The Sabres have to find a way to get it in, and they do. Adorno gets downhill and gets blocked by McCautry with authority. He picks up the loose ball, finds Hilmer underneath. The drop off, Jerviru was blocked by Gingras getting back in transition. Oh, good play all around that last sequence. And as Adorno picks up the ball, Jerviru called for a loose ball foul. Oh, a double technical. Okay. Jerviru got it for Aurora and Gingras for Marian. So Jerviru's going to come off for Obona, who tries to double Ianni. Ianni at the free throw line. Trying to work on Dobie, gets underneath. Ianni looking for a foul. He didn't get it, but he does get the 2 points. Very physical underneath. 51-35, 14:38 left. Dobie is on the wing for Aurora, was playing catch with McCautry on the wing. Now Obona at the elbow with 10 to shoot. Finds McCotry, will pull up for three. Too strong. And the rebound hauled in by Vogel. The lead is 16. Gingras for three. Knocks it in. Gingras, I mentioned, just 24% coming in, but that's his second three on 4 attempts. Marian now down by 13. Still a long way to go. Obona in the high post. Doby throws a pass underneath to Hilmer. He missed the one-touch shot, got the rebound. Now McCotry's on the baseline, spins, and draws the foul. Ianni's going to pick it up. It's his second. And that's tough for Ianni. I don't know what you're supposed to do there. McCotry is good at drawing contact and gets to the line for the second time. Made a couple free throws earlier. He'll miss the first one here. Hall will replace Vogel for Marian. And Butler's going to replace Hilmer at this stoppage. McCotry will try to split the free throws. And if he can do so, he'll match Davis with 11 points for Aurora. And Gingras for Marian, who has the Sabres team high with 11. A rare empty trip to the line for McCotry. One of the very good free throw shooters for the Knack this season, but doesn't come up with any that time. Now he guards the ball. Adorno gives it up to Gingras. And Ianni driving to his left on Obona, missed. Got his own rebound, and then McCotry will be called for the foul as he punched the ball out. Oh, or not. They'll get Doby for the foul. That's his third. Jervier is on the bench after the technical, also has 3. 13-11 left. Aurora hasn't scored more than 2 minutes. Obona with the steal. He was guarding Hall all the way in transition. Davis for 3, doesn't go. And the rebound for Adorno. In transition, Marius comes up with the block. And then McCotry, the behind-the-back dribble to start the fast break. Here's Butler, and he missed at the rim. Oh, my goodness. And McCotry strips the ball from Vasilakis. It goes off Vasilakis and out of bounds, and Aurora gets the ball back. What a sequence. All right, let's reset the lineups here. For Aurora, Davis, Butler, McCotry, Marius, and Obona. And for Marian, well, we'll hold on that as Aurora has the ball. Obona to Marius, and now Butler, 11 to shoot. Still dealing with this zone defense. There's 7 on the shot clock. Marius has to settle for a deep 3, and it rims out. Hall, Adorno, Vasilakis, Gingras, and Field are the 5 on the floor right now for the Sabres, as they try to claw back in it. Scored the last 5 points over the last 3 minutes. Field tries to back down McCotry, goes up and gets fouled. Oh, that's on McCotry. Butler's block was all ball, but he didn't pick up the foul. It was on McCotry before that. And that is Aurora's 5th team foul. Marian also has 5 team fouls, so each team has 1 to give with 12:06 to play. It puts Field at the line. He's 5 of 6 on the season, and he'll cam the first. Isaac Ross will replace Davis at the horn. No changes for Marian here. Now there's some discussion that I think was initiated by the Marian bench. I don't know what they were discussing. Second toss is good after the delay. So Field did well not to be iced by that stoppage. Leads 11, and now Marian sets up a half-court trap. Aurora handles that. They fall into their zone. Marius attacks it and kicks. There's Ross for three. It's too strong. The rebound is loose, and Obona has it. And then he lost a pass. The Marian bench wanted to travel as he corralled it. Marius, Aurora still has possession. It gets to Marius, who is fouled rather. He tried to throw up a shot to get the free throws, but did not get that. Foul was on Field, who's in no foul trouble to speak of, and that is Marian's last foul to give. So Aurora goes into the bonus on the inbound. It's hard to tell from this angle if Obona's pass was tipped, if it should have been a travel or not. Aurora will take it. They keep possession. McCautry a step fake for a moment and gives the ball up to Marius. 8 to shoot. He'll drive and dish. Butler lays it in. And that ends a 4-minute scoreless drought for Aurora. They're back up by 5 possessions. Sabres, few passes in the backcourt, now get in to their offense. Gingras up top, got past Obona and drew the foul. Obona now with 3 fouls. And that is 16 fouls on Aurora. That puts both teams in the bonus going forward with 10:52 left. 53-40 Spartans. Here's Adorno. And the hand check is called on Marius. Well, we have seen a considerable more amount of contact not called. But they get Marius here for his second foul, and it puts Adorno on the line for the 1-and-1. About the last person you want to put on the line here. And he calmly makes the first free throw. Indeed, he is, by percentage, the leading free throw shooter in this game. And he is 3 of 3 today. He's now 4 of 4 today. And the lead is once again 11. It's been a while since Marian's been inside of 3 possessions, which is single digits. Or a stop and a basket from doing that. The zone has certainly slowed Aurora's pace. Pass was tipped. Obona rescued it and then got tackled. Adorno got caught in the air trying to get the loose ball and then landed on Obona. So here are changes. Davis replaces Ross. Looks like Krolak and Vogel have entered as Adorno and Vasilakis go off here. Hilmer waits to get Obona pending the results of the free throw. The first one goes. Obona made a couple on Wednesday against Dominican. He's now 4 of 4 this season for making both here, and he'll come out for Hilmer. 10:27 left. Aurora has had a very stubborn 11 to 15 point lead here in this second half. The Sabres advance into the front court after full court Aurora pressure. Hall's in the lane, kicks it out to Vogel. He tried to penetrate, could not. Hall tries again and deals it to Field for the corner three. That's good. Field came in 2 of 16 from 3. It was wide open and has made it a 10-point game midway through the second half. Marian staying with the zone. Aurora shooting just 36% in the second half. Davis underneath Hilmer to his right. Hilmer has 17 on a timeout from Steve Christensen as he wants to discuss it with the Spartans. Full timeout, 12-point lead for Aurora. Our broadcast today is presented in part by Kaufman GMC in Aurora, by Elite Management Properties, and by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. 57-45, Spartans, 9:37 to play. Aurora by 12 with 9:37 left. 57-45. Out of the timeout, it'll be Davis, Hilmer, Doby, Jervier, and McCottry for Aurora. For Marian, Krolak inbounding, Vogel, Hall, Gingras, and Field. Sabres have handled the Aurora press much better over the last about 20 minutes of basketball. They still have 16 turnovers to just 6 for Aurora. It's been the complete opposite what we saw in mid-December when Marian turned over Aurora frequently and had a huge advantage in that area. It's a 10-point game after the make just a moment ago by Gingras. He's up to 13 points. Hilmer at the free throw line. Looking up and under, missed. The tip back good by McCottry. 12 points for the junior from Broadview, Illinois. The lead is back to 12. 5 seconds called on Krolak. He didn't get the inbound in. And now here's the dilemma for Marian. Using their 2-3 zone, Aurora is using most of their 30 seconds to get shots off. There's 8:42 left. That's only about maybe 15 to 20 possessions, depending how much Aurora uses. This is a quick one, but Davis on the pull-up jumper draws the foul from Krolak and will get 2 shots. So you do wonder how much longer will Marian stick with this zone. They need possessions. Davis can make it a 5-possession game again, and he does. A 76% free throw shooter coming in. He makes the first to make it 60-47. 8:38 to play. Both free throws good here. The lead is 14. Ball is into Hall. Got rid of it to Krolak. And now a fast break developing. Gingras goes up and was fouled on the dunk. McCottry can't believe it. That's his second. I think he'd like to know what happened. Well, let's have another look. Well, I suppose my opinion doesn't matter. And the first free throw is good from Gingras. Both teams now with 8 team fouls, so they have 1 left before the double bonus. Gingras makes both. 15 points for the sophomore from Appleton, Wisconsin. He's having a nice afternoon, but his team's down by a dozen, and time is rapidly running out on the Sabres. They're one big run from being right back in it, though. Hilmer, the line, pivoting, and it's out to Doby with 10. Doby pulls up for the long deuce. It doesn't fall. Jervier had the rebound briefly and couldn't hang on. Hilmer forces a turnover. So the ball was doubled, and then McCautry was tripped on the crossover. And will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Gingras got tangled up. That's his second foul, and remember, McCautry had the empty trip last time. Most unusual. Let's see if he can get the bonus as he puts up the 1-and-1, and he does. Well, I would have been genuinely shocked if he had missed 3 in a row. Adorno replaces Hall with 7:56 left. He comes back into the Sabres lineup on what has been a challenging day for the St. Patrick High School alum, just 7 points. McCautry's second free throw rattles out. The lead is 13. Adorno into the lane and back outside. Deep 3, Vogel. Aurora will give that up all day long. Then Vogel and McCautry tie up the ball on the rebound, which will give Aurora possession. Now, Eli Vogel is a fine three-point shooter, but Marian does not need that right now. If the Sabres want to put up shots from north of 25 feet, I think Aurora will allow that, certainly for the final 7.5 minutes. 10 to shoot. Ball in Doby's hands on the wing. He's at the line, and he traveled. Well, Doby didn't think so. However, sure looked like it from up here. And that is just Aurora's 7th turnover. There's 7:15 left. The lead is 13 for Aurora. Adorno drives, got to the rim and missed. Good defense by Doby, who stayed with him and didn't foul. In transition, McCautry went up, was stripped, and now it's a race the other way. Adorno, that probably should have been a travel, but he missed at the rim, and Aurora goes the other way. And McCautry, rather than putting up a shot, will back it out. 6:45 left, and Aurora up 13. Inside Hilmer, to the block, to his right, drew the foul. Field picks it up. Aurora will shoot 2 for the rest of the ball game. 17 points and 7 of 12 shooting, including a 3 and now 2 of 3 at the line, plus 5 boards and 3 steals. It has been a sensational afternoon for the Whedon Academy alum. Field, Vogel, and Krolak have all gone off as Hilmer misses both free throws. Vasilakis, Ianni, and Hall re-enter for the Sabres, who need a flurry, and they need it quick. Ianni on the baseline, spins away from Jervier and got fouled on the reverse. And that means Marian will shoot 2 for the final 6:15. That's also number 4 on Jervier, who's going to head off for Butler after Ianni's first free throw. Now, no one gets to the line for Marian more than Ianni. That was his 48th attempt on the season, but he's only made 23, and that has been part of why the Marian free throw percentage has not been so good. But he'll make both here. And it's 62-51. But this has seemed to have been the limit for Marian. They've gotten to 10 on a handful of occasions and could not come up with a stop. Can they do it here? That has been forever since they've been inside 3 possessions. Davis wants to prevent that, but he missed the long 3. Rebound bouncing around. Butler couldn't haul it in. It was out of bounds off of Marian. Well, hard to tell from here. I think it might have gone off the foot of Vasilakis. Really difficult to tell from up here. So Aurora with possession. McCautry is doubled and a travel call. I think that also could have been a jump ball. And either way, it would have been Marian basketball. Aurora will take a timeout. A scoreless stretch for Aurora. Now closing in on 2.5 minutes as Marian tries to get back in this one. 62-51. Aurora in front. Benedictine trying to rally, but they're down 68-62 in the final 30 seconds at Concordia, Wisconsin. All of this afternoon's action winding down. MSOE has defeated Lakeland 93-71, behind 20 points from Mason Dopirak. Or actually, that can't be correct, as MSOE is not playing Lakeland. So that was Wednesday's action. So something with the statistics not working up there in Lakeland, but MSOE is about to finish off Edgewood. It's 82-70 in the final minute and a half. St. Norbert up 9 with 4 minutes left against Rockford. In the final 2 minutes in Milwaukee, Wisconsin Lutheran leading Illinois Tech 91-46. Doby just picked up his 4th foul. With 5:24 left, and Adorno will go to the line for 2 shots. And a chance for Marian finally to get under 10 points if Adorno can make both. He makes the first, and quietly now has piled up 8 points, has 4 assists. He came in averaging north of 15 points per game. And he's now made 6 of 7 at the line. I'm reading the wrong line. He's made 6 of 6 at the line. It's a 9-point game. Aurora shot just 37% after halftime. They haven't scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Davis dribbling left. Into the lane for Hilmer. And outside for Doby with 9 to shoot. Finds Hilmer in the lane. The runner doesn't go. Rebound Ianni. Final 5 minutes. Steve Christensen pleading for a foul there. Ianni gets into the lane and kicks it. Vasilakis for 3 has made it a 2-possession game. 62-56 as the Marian bench comes alive. 3 minutes now without a basket for Aurora, led by as many as 18. Trying to finish it off, but encountering resistance down the stretch. 9 on the shot clock again. Doby lost the handle, gets it back. McCautry attacks, and a shot clock violation as the shot doesn't get to the rim. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Aurora's going to take one of those now with 4:10 left. Sabres fans loving the rally. Aurora fans feeling some tension. This will be a 30-second discussion for Aurora. No, it'll be a full discussion. And we'll come back and see if Aurora can get things going again. This is Aurora University men's hoops. A 7-0 run for Marian over the last 3 minutes and 44 seconds. And Marian, trying to avoid losing 3 in a row, has come to life here over the last 4 to 6 minutes. 8 of 16 from the floor in the second half while limiting Aurora to 35%. They had to switch to a zone because Aurora was making things very difficult against the man defense. Ianni nearly traveled as he was tracked down the sideline. The Sabres go to work in their half-court offense. Adorno takes it to the block. 9 on the shot clock, tries the up and under, it's not there, feeds Gingras for the 3 up top. And it is good. 3-point game, final 3:36. And Hall gives a completely unnecessary foul and puts Doby on the line for 2 shots. Well, you're trying to make a play. Doby will try to maximize the penalty here, and he makes the first. 8 points for Mackay, plus 4 assists. He's out there in some foul trouble. He and Jervier both with 4. So they'll have to be careful. Second free throw for Doby gets the friendly roll. Lead is back to 5. Now Aurora needs to find a way to come up with a stop. Ball is into Vasilakis and leads to a lay-in dunk for Gingras, who has the first 20-point game of his career. Once again, it's a one-possession game. 3:14 left. Davis in the corner, and now Hilmer's up top. Doby on the wing, 9 on the shot clock. Hilmer screens for him. It's to the corner. Davis, the quick 3 short. Ianni the rebound. And now the Sabres, they can get 3, would have a chance to tie it up. Ianni over the timeline. Drives. And is fouled by Jervier, who will watch the rest of this one. So Jervier fouls out with 4 points. Butler will come in and replace him. Two shots for Ianni. Just 6 points today, but 2 of those came at the line earlier. 64-61 with 2:45 remaining. First free throw for Ianni is good. So that gets his free throw percentage back up to an even 50% on the season. 3 of 3 today. And leaves the second one short. The lead is 2. Marian continuing the zone. You're right there with one possession. You're not changing it now. Ball got into the post for Butler, and once again, just too aggressive going for the ball, trying to force a turnover. Ianni has put Butler on the line for 2. It's 2:23 left. And Butler at the line for the first time tonight makes the first. Now it's 76% on the season. And a timeout from Marian. This will be a full timeout. 2:23 to play, 65-62 Aurora as they try to hang on against Marian. The Aurora University women's basketball team has defeated Marian on the road, 67-42. Riley Doggett led Aurora with 12 points. Christina Manzanares had 11, and Jennifer Heinberg had 10. How about this line for Selena Vargas? 5 points, 18 rebounds, 8 assists. So Aurora with the win in women's hoops. AU women's hockey is at Hamlin. That one is headed to the first intermission scoreless. MSOE defeated Edgewood 90-79. Wisconsin Lutheran hammered Illinois Tech 96-48. St. Norbert a minute 39 away from a win over Rockford. It's 82-72. Concordia, Wisconsin held off Benedictine 72-65, and we're still not really sure what the score is with Lakeland and Concordia, Chicago. Butler with one free throw left. He makes it, and Aurora's lead is back to 2 possessions, 66-62, 2:23 left. Marian 10 of 18 from the floor in the second half. Aurora 7 of 21. 13-3 run for the Sabres to get to this point. Ianni underneath. Adorno in trouble, finds Hall wide open for 3, knocks it down. It's a 1-point game. Marian now 9 of 17 from 3. They came in shooting 30% from outside. Now Aurora needs a basket to keep pace. 1:48 left. Up by only 1. Doby to his right. Driving. Missed. Hilmer gets the board. 3 to shoot. McCautry from deep. Doesn't go. Rebound Gingras. Now with under 90 seconds. Marian has the ball. They have not led today. Adorno works it up top, and now Gingras on the wing. Vasilakis takes it baseline. It was cut off by Hilmer. Out to Ianni. He'll get to the rim and makes it with a minute to go. Sabres have the lead for the first time. And Aurora up by 18, now down by 1. It was a 13-point advantage at halftime. Can they claw back in front? 10 on the shot clock. Doby is up top. Gets inside, pulls up for the jumper, and it didn't find the rim. Now Aurora has to foul. There's only 2 seconds between the shot and the game clock, and Gingras will be put on the line. Oh, what can you say about the comeback by Marian? There were moments in the first half where it looked like Marian not only was going to lose, but was going to lose by a lot. They were having trouble getting the ball over half court, not shooting the ball especially that well. They stayed with it, and now they're in front by a point with 27.6 seconds to play, and Sam Gingras will be at the line for 2. Gingras has been a big part of it. 14 of his 20 points have come after halftime. That's a career high, including 3 of 5 from deep. Marian 9 of 17 from 3. Aurora is 4 of 20, including 1 of 9 since halftime. For the half, AU shooting 29% from the floor after going 16 of 28 in the first half. The Marian zone has bothered Aurora a lot. This is a 2-minute scoreless stretch for Aurora. They had one of more than 4 minutes earlier in the game. But there is still time to come back and either win outright or force overtime. But a lot of that will depend on the results of the free throws from Gingras coming up. Previous 3 games for the sophomore, just under 4.5 points per game, 6 of 21 from the floor. You can say that the sophomore has turned it around in a big way. Two critical free throws coming up. Gingras is 5 of 6 at the line so far today. First one was way off. That opens the door for Aurora, especially if the second one doesn't go. He gets it. 68-66, 25 seconds left. Dobie on the logo, 12 seconds left. McCautry with 8.5 seconds left will walk over for the timeout that Aurora has just taken. So what will Aurora play for? A 3 wins it, a 2 ties it. Obviously, they're going to take the most open available shot. But what will that be? And what do they want the first good look to be? We've already had a walk-off win this season on Javon McCautry's buzzer-beating 3 against Monmouth back on December 30th. Are we going to get a second one? And Aurora was not scored in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and who has given up a lead that was 18 points with 15 minutes left. They can make it all meaningless if they can come up with a 3, or at least force overtime if they can get 2. Aurora, as Marian is as well, is in the double bonus, so Marian can't foul either. Will they zone or play man? They'll zone here. Dobie is up top and drew the foul with 3.9 seconds left. The foul was on Adorno, and Dobie will have 2 high-pressure free throws to tie the game. And then Marian, if he does that, would get one more shot at it to win it. First free throw for Dobie doesn't fall, and now he will have to miss intentionally. Aurora does have a 7-1 advantage on the offensive glass, but it's certainly not a ton of offensive boards today, certainly not by Aurora standards. This is the game. Dobie makes it, so Aurora's just going to try to get a foul. And Marian's going to call a timeout and see how they can avoid that. So Aurora ran the probabilities and decided that the best course of action was foul and try to get a look after whatever Marian's going to do at the free throw line. Now, this is almost certainly true. Marian is likely to get free throws. If they make both, the best Aurora could do would tie. If they make one, Aurora could win it. And the reason I bring that up is that Aurora's last shot, if they have one, is almost certainly going to be worth 3 points. There's going to be some time that's going to run off the clock here. And then best case scenario for Aurora, you're looking at about 3.5 seconds to get the ball up and get a shot off after the Marian free throws, if they happen. The Sabres are certainly going to try to draw up a situation where they get the ball into Adorno's hands, ideally, but also run as much time off the clock as possible. Vasilakis can run the baseline. He gets it into Hall. 3.1 seconds is what's left. And Hall will shoot 2. He made a couple earlier. He has 10 points. Jeffrey Hilmer, career high 17 points, 6 rebounds for Aurora. Isaiah Davis has 13. Javon McCottry, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Makai Dobie, 10 points, 4 assists. And 4 points apiece, Dwayne Javier and Noah Butler. 2 points for Maxwell Marius, Isaac Ross, and Foster Obona. Hall has 10 for the Sabres and sees the first free throw spin out. And now the win is in play for Aurora. Sam Gingras, a career-high 21 points, 6 rebounds, leads the Sabres. 9 points apiece for Andrew Ianni and Brandon Adorno. And again, Hall with 10. 3.1 seconds left. Hall misses. Hilmer gets the rebound. Aurora for the win from half court. Doesn't go. Marian comes back from down 18 points to end a 2-game losing streak and move to 12-2 on the season. 68-67 the final. Aurora just 28% from the field after halftime and could not hang on to a 13-point lead. So the Sabres remain tied for third in the NAC standings at 5-2 after MSOE won earlier today. Marian 12-2 overall. Aurora falls to 5-9. They're now 3-4 in the NAC. And that puts them for the moment in a 3-way tie for the final NAC tournament spot. However, not even halfway through the schedule. Got a long way to go, but Aurora will try to get back in the win column in their next action on Wednesday against Edgewood, who was 3-5 in the NAC after their loss to MSOE earlier. That's a 7 o'clock tip. And Marian will host, I stand corrected, they'll visit Lakeland on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Big thanks to Matthew Fraundor for his work on the camera today, to the AU Athletic Communications and Facilities teams, and to our technical director, Bryce Suter. 68-67 is the final. Marian comes back to defeat Aurora in NAC men's basketball this afternoon. I'm Sean Fry. This has been Aurora University men's basketball. Have a great rest of your weekend.